How's it going, my trimmer people? Dr. Slacking, the Slacking Doctor, back with the finals of COG, as this week your Forest Green Snovers go up against Mountaih and I believe his Immunity Idols? Something Immunity Idols? Shit! I should know this. It's the final, and I really like Mountaih. I should know his team name. So, if you haven't been following COG and you've just tuned... or if you haven't followed me during COG, it is just Immunity Idols. Good. You've just tuned in for the final, maybe even following other coaches or just following the league in general, and you're like, who's this guy in the final? I'm an idiot. That's who I am. I forget what week it is every week. It's hard to forget when it's the final, though. And I forget who I'm playing every week, but that's fine. And I'm always tired, and today is no different. I am exhausted. I just had my last shift in my old job, as well as having worked my new job this week and everything going on at uni. And if you've been around the channel, you know about all that, so I'm very tired. Huge thank you to Eric, because I did do one or two quick mocks for this game, where we ironed out some of the issues with the team. And I will just quickly show you said team now. And what is really weird for me doing this is you may notice there's a bit of a shadow behind me if I move. Basically, I'm having to record using different software, which one of the things that I've done since I very first started on YouTube was make sure that I can't see my own face when I record, because otherwise you just end up looking at your own face, right? And when you've got a face like mine, it's not something you want to sit and look at for too long. But I'm having to use different software to record this, which means I'm going to have to be able to see my own face. And I might have to move so that I can see the moves behind me, like the Pokemon moves. Moves to see the moves. I hope that makes sense. Oh, I forgot to tell him I got it. Got it. Oh, I put an H in there. Hopefully he understands that means... I'm going to correct myself in case that's confusing. But yeah, so thank you to Eric for helping thrash out the team a little bit. I won't lie, it's still kind of 5-minute prep. But... This matchup's like good and bad. I lost. I think I did 2 mocks with Eric and I lost both. The first was to an air/flinch, and the second was to a damage roll that we then changed the sets to change that roll. So it's hard to say if this is gonna do well or not, really. He's going 1-5-1. I'll go 1-5-2. But the reason I'm quite happy that we're playing Mountaih in finals, if you haven't checked out his channel before, obviously check out his side of the final, why not? Is that I feel like he's a little bit, he kind of reminds me of me in a little bit, or how can I say this better? He reminds me of how I would like to see myself, which is someone who is proficient in battling, can hold his own in battling. I mean, he's a lot better than I am at battling. He's like the #1 CCS coach, etc., etc. But also, I'm just writing down what I think is coming to this game on the side here as well. But also, he doesn't take himself too seriously. Or that's the feeling I get anyway. Like, win or lose, he seems to smile. Not that he loses that often. And he's just here to really enjoy it. And maybe his like demeanor is not someone who's super like wired and uptight. So I kind of enjoy that. I kind of enjoy that, you know, feeling as though we're kindred spirits, the two of us, really. Twins, you could say. If you look at his videos and my videos, you can barely even tell the difference between us. Perhaps that's just wishful thinking on my part, but I don't know. So I kind of like the idea that in this league that was a super try-hard, the champion of champions leagues, you've got 2 blokes, one of whom's very good, and the other of whom had a mustache, but that don't take themselves too seriously. I quite like that. So looking at lead matchups here, I've always quite liked Whimsicott as a lead, and that hasn't really changed, so I'm going to lead off with Whimsicott. It just leads fairly well against everything. Lycanroc is the most threatening immediate thing. Starmie can also be very threatening. Flygon maybe less so, but it can give him momentum if I don't lead with Whimsicott. And Marowak can be threatening, but again, its speed tier makes it less immediately threatening. So, game plan really... We have a Scarf, Komodo. It's really the only thing I felt comfortable dealing with Lycanroc with. Eric was like, I don't think you need it, you could do something else. But Lycanroc just, I don't know. I could see that thing as Cellrock sweeping me endgame. So, no Pex, I've just realized. Fuck. That's really bad, because Pex is just fodder for my team. I love playing against Pex with this team. We played at week 1 in this league before it was traded. Good luck, have fun to Mountaih, of course. And we 6-0'd. And my Alakazam set was specifically brought to abuse the hell out of Toxapex in this matchup. I'm just recover Life Orb to keep switching in on Scolds or knockoffs, recovering and spamming moves. And just wall breaking. Focus Sash would have been better in hindsight now that he hasn't brought the pecs. Hopefully you guys can... Ooh, that looks as though the audio in the game is much louder than me right now. So let me tone that down a little bit. I'm live editing here. I can't actually hear the audio levels. So if I fucked it and I'm way too loud over the game now, I'm sorry. I'm just... This is what we're dealing with. I can see my moves. That's one thing. So if he was going to switch into anything here... Switch into maybe something like the P2. Celesteela. I like knocking off either of them, and I like knocking off this. So I'm just going to fire off that knock off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. So he does decide to stay in. If he ice beams me, I will take it. He's light clay. So I'm really glad we knocked that off. I don't have removal, so... Okay. I don't like that at all. I don't like that even a little bit. Whimsicott level 50. My knockoff did... It looks like he's more offensive. It doesn't look like he's got HP investment. And he went for... Did he go for light screen or reflect? What the fuck is this on the calc? Why do people use screens, man? I hate screens with a passion. Oh, I'm infiltrator. Duh. Okay, we're fine. He probably won't think about that. Maybe he will. Oh, he does. Okay. I thought about double knocking, but then I thought he probably thinks he takes this. Okay, but this is really good intel, because if we see leftovers, it's just really, really good. I don't know how much I'm going to be able to tell by this energy ball, how much we're really going to do. Is that 5%? And there seems to be no leftovers revealed. I mean, that looks like no HP, but equally, could it be max HP? It could be max HP, because I can't... It does minimal difference to each, because the damage is so piss poor. But it's Chip. Chip's Chip, and Chips makes damage rolls happen, I think. So I don't have lefties on Rotom anymore, because I was very worried about a setup variant of this, so I'm actually Rindo Berry modest max special attack, just to try and stop this thing being too problematic. And the other thing that's really throwing me off is we've come into this final when I want to be at my A game. I should make sure that's set up, yeah. And not only am I having to use a different... So he's playing pretty aggressive here. Not only am I... Because it's like Energy Ball from Whimsicott, if I was max modest, would have just killed the Starmie potentially. He's making a big read there and gets the crit, which sucks. But, you know, kudos for making a read. I think I'm just going to T-Bolt. I don't think I'm going to try and make the read of, like, of, like, Marowak coming in or anything. I'd rather just T-Bolt and get damage. I know he can Giga Drain some back, but he can Giga Drain a lot back because he's weakness policy. Oh, please don't be fucking, Okay, he didn't auto-automize. Good. It's fine. It's not ideal, but we can cope. So he's now +2 special attack. Fucking hell, this game started rough as hell. Beast boost. What was that? Does that say attack? I'm sure that said attack. Man, he just brought some fucking offense shit. Screen's offense is not what I was expecting, and it puts me in the back immediately. Now, Life Orb, Fire Fang him. I'm pretty sure we'd take a Giga Drain, maybe at +2. If he's +3, I don't think we will. And the Heavy Slam's going to do a lot, but I need that damage. I need that damage so badly. So if he Gigas, hopefully we live. Yeah, Heavy Slam, but I think that will knock us out, because I'm pretty sure he's +3 attack. But we'll get Rough Skin off, and we'll take down one of his biggest threats here with the combination of Rough Skin and everything else. So maybe I should have vaulted with the Rotom and something to take the Giga Drain earlier. There wasn't really a great play around that. So obviously he's now going fast, and he's boosted up, but... Well, he's not going fast, sorry, but he's... the light screen's gone, so... Life Orb Focus Blast wouldn't let anything in. We're going to go into this, and we're going to click Close Combat. It lets us Starmie in again, which is what I dislike here. But I'm now 2 Pokemon down, and Scarf Close Combat might 2-hit KO an offensive Starmie. It might. But yeah, as I thought, he would just let us take this. And I don't think this necessarily like says, oh, I'm Scarf or anything like that. So, because he never got his speed boost going. So that was pretty threatening. But now he's down to what probably a Trick Room Porygon plus Marowak Alola. And possibly an SD Lycanroc. So, and the Starmie is weakened. So we're not in a terrible position for, say, Scarf Dragon Claw or Scarf Close Combat to win this game. We probably need to keep the Tyranitar just in the back for the Marowak. We are Chopal Berry with enough HP to take a Thick Club Low Kick. So, our Crunch won't necessarily OHKO, but it should put it in range of most things. Oh, I forgot to put this on the fucking sheet, man. I did not have this on my note. I thought I was missing a Pokemon. It's because I had Pex. If he wants to DD... If he wants to DD, I think I just have to let him, because this is my win con. And if he DDs with a potential Encore Whimsicott, feels loose. Feels loose to me. Feels loose. But... He has just if he's Poison Jab or Iron Tail, we might just get swept. That's weird to me though, unless he's Mental Herb. He might be Mental Herb. Might be Mental Herb. So we might just lose there. That might be GG. Yeah. Yeah, this is probably over. Fuck, man. Screen's offense, screen's setup. It's not my shit. It's not my shit. Didn't come for this. Yeah, we're fucked. Oh, we're fucked. Earthquake, Dragon Dance, Dual Wing Beat. Plus, maybe no Dragon move. Maybe. Yeah, we're fucked. Maybe we take one. Yeah, GG. Well, that was a quick final, lads. I hope you enjoyed it. Shit me. Screen setup offense. I won't pretend I'm not surprised. I am surprised. Dual Wing Beat will break my sash here and kill me. I did like if he's Mental Herb, then that makes total sense, and I'm not then surprised. So he probably is Mental Herb. It just feel like in my head I'm like, if this is a Mental Herb, this seems weird against Whimsicott. Why didn't I go Dual Wing Beat if I'm Sash? I'm not Sash. But didn't want to miss and figured he had enough pieces in the back. Getting swept by a Flygon in finals. The one time I don't bring Encore Whimsicott. That's it feels bad. 5-0'd in finals. I'm looking back, like what could I have done different? I could have stayed in and CC'd with Komodo and still lost. CC wouldn't have OHKO'd this thing. I couldn't have done anything different. Couldn't have done anything different. That's the game. I guess this plus Komodo, if I'd CC'd, would have done it. Yeah, that would have been my play then. I should have CC'd with the Komodo. I should have then sacked something else. I should have brought the T-Tar in, and I should have tried to kill this. But I mean, there's so many like things in that. If the close combat doesn't do 50%, for example, he could switch out. Or he could DD twice. If he was Life Orb, he could have swept me anyway. It's like, I don't know what to say, because that feels bad, because it was just a boring final. Like, for everyone excited to for COG final, I just lost in 4 minutes. That was so boring. And it's on me. Like, I didn't think Screen's offense would come. I didn't double knock off into Starmie, which I thought about doing, but I was like, why just let him get a Reflect for free? But then why would he do that? I could be Infiltrator. I just didn't think he'd expect Infiltrator. Yeah, it's poor. Like, when I stop and boil it down, when I think about it, I wanted to double knock off into Starmie because I was like, well, I shouldn't just let him get a Reflect for free. And I doubt he thinks of Infiltrator and he probably goes for a second screen. But that doesn't make that my right play. Me saying I doubt that he thinks of Infiltrator, that isn't the only reason he would switch out. He could just not want to take that much chip on his Starmie, and he has a whole Celesteela in the back. I just felt like U-turn or knockoff was so plausible that I thought he would just stay in. But that is like that doesn't make that my right play. Does that make sense? That's me making like an aggressive, like, I think he'll do this on a player that I don't know that well, and in a situation where I just don't need to do that because, yeah, it just fucked me. I mean, I don't think the crit from Celesteela into the Rotom took him out of range of anything, because he would have just recovered the same amount of HP anyway, given that he would have Giga Drained me twice for the KO and taken all of my HP over those 2 Giga Drains. It was a good play by him to Giga Drain into the Whimsicott, expecting me to switch. I could have been more aggressive and knocked off. When I look back at this game, I see one player who plays with his balls out and one player that played with his balls in. And that's what I see. I just see a man who made reads, who clicked Giga Drain into a Whimsicott, who switched out, who, you know, and I see another player who just played passively, and that's me. And that annoys me. That really annoys me. I hate games like this. I hate games like this because the reason, like, you might be just thinking, shut up, end the video. It's like, you have these games and you're like, just run it back. Like, GG, no re, whatever, like, but, like, run it back. Run it. I want to do it again. Like, I can do better than that. I can do better than that. Like, if I, like, I had this feeling when I played Leo, even though we won that game. I had this feeling when I played Shuckle King. I had this feeling when I played Mario in ICP finals. It's not that I don't think any of these people deserve to beat me, even in those games that we won. It's that I look back after the game and I'm like, I didn't play to my capacity. If I was to rate my performance out of 10, even in the games that we won, I don't think I'd give myself more than a 5 or a 6 in any of them. So I think there's just this feeling when I then get caught out and lose like this or to Mario, there's this feeling of like incompleteness. There's this feeling of like, I've let myself down. Like, obviously I feel bad for letting you guys down. You guys have been, let me say that. If you're still here, let me say that. You guys have been incredible this season. The level of support has been unreal. My channel has never received the amount of support you guys have shown at ICP, UBL, and this, and other leagues too, like EWT. You guys have been crazy recently, and I'm so grateful for that. So I do feel bad that this is the final that I've given you. But in a weird way, because you guys have been so supportive, I kind of feel like you're not going to be that mad. I kind of feel like most of you will understand this is Mons, this happens. And maybe it's just my personality, but for me, like, I'm annoyed with myself. And I'm annoyed that I'm like, why didn't I play better? Not for any external factors, for like internal factors. Let's have a chat. Comment down below if you get this. We're just turning this into a podcast now. Fuck it, because the final was ended prematurely, really, by my poor performance. For me personally, like, I think I'm someone who, like, that's just a very internal process, right? Like, criticism, validation, I think it's a very internal thing. Like, I want to feel good about what I do. I want to feel good about, like, to give you an example from my real life, we're really podcasting here. When I got my master's degree, I didn't go to my graduation. Everyone was like, why didn't you go? And I was like, because I didn't deserve it. I didn't feel I'd put in enough work to get my master's degree. It didn't matter what the grade said. It didn't matter what the certificate said. I didn't want to wear the cape and the hat and go up to the stage and shake people's hands and get the master's degree because I didn't feel like I'd earned that master's degree. It was a nothing to me. And not a nothing in terms of, like, a privileged way of, like, oh, a master's degree is nothing. And nothing in terms of I didn't feel I deserved it. And so I couldn't appreciate it. And I don't know if any of you ever feel like this. And that's how I feel after that game. I feel like I am sorry to all of you that I've let you down and given you a poor final. I'm taking nothing away from Mountaih, who just brought the right prep and fucked me. Like, for all I know, this man looked into me and was like, this boy will get smashed by Screen's offense, because I hate Screen's offense. If you remember me from my ladder days, I hate Screen's offense. I used to tweet shit about Screen offense pussies, get off the ladder. Stall isn't a pussy set. Screen's offense is a pussy set. I'm not calling Mountaih out right now, by the way. But for all I know, he knows all that shit about me, and he's just brought the shit that I hate the most in the world. This is the thing. If you ever play me in a final, if you're in leagues with me and you want to beat me, bring Screen's offense, because I don't prep for it and I hate it. And you'll get in my head straight away. But by the by, I'm taking nothing away from him because he brought the team that won the game, and he's a deserving champion. He's the #1 CCS coach on the website for a goddamn reason, and now he's proven it by winning the Champions of Galar tournament, COG. And he deserves it. He deserves his crown. But for me internally, I feel like I played like shit. I feel like I didn't give him a game there. I feel like he turned up and went, see you lads, thanks for the crown. Yeah, that was nice. Can you give me more scrubs like this in finals in the future, please? And that annoys me. That annoys me internally because I'm like, I don't want to be that guy. So, yeah, this is a long rant. But, yeah, I don't know if you guys ever feel like that. But I just wanted to give him a good game. I thought I would lose, but I wanted to give him a good game and I didn't. So that hurts. But Anyway, I'll shut up now because I've managed to, rack up the ad revenue on this with my 300 and something subs. Woo! I'll shut up now. I'm sorry this season didn't end the way we wanted. I'll probably have had an update video out before this or after this to tell you what's going on with the channel in the future. Thank you so much for loafing around with me all season long, and I'll catch you again next time.